Have you ever tried to sneak out of a guy's house without getting caught by his parents? Get ready with me while I tell you the time I safely made it out of this guy's house without getting caught by his parents. To be fair, you guys, this guy and I never talked. We were literally just friends, but let me tell you guys why it had to be sneaky. But this guy, we're gonna name him Ezekiel. So Ezekiel and I, to this day, we're still really good friends, and this particular weekend, I went down to my parents' house because I did not want to go out. And if you know, I live in LA, and on the weekends, for the most part, people go out, and I wasn't trying to go out. So I went to my parents' house to be wholesome. Keyword, trying to be wholesome. Trying, okay guys? So Ezekiel lives like a street or a couple houses from my parents' house, and I remember I had passed by his house because I just needed to go that way, and I seen a lot of cars there, and I was like, oh, this guy is having an event like TFTI, and he never really invites me out because one, I never really like met his parents or his family, and two, I'm never at my parents' house, so there's no point of inviting me. I remember that day him and I were texting, and he told me to pull up whenever his friends pull up because right now his family was mainly there, and I don't think he drinks when his like entire family is there. Because I wasn't doing anything and apparently I was supposed to be wholesome, I was like, you know what, why not? I literally walked my happy ass to his house at like 12 or 1 in the morning. And once I got there, I was like, actually, I don't think I want to go in because I don't even know your parents. I've never met them. And he was like, dude, who cares? He was like, everyone's already tipsy or buzzed. Like, no one's going to remember anything. And I was like, oh God. There I go. I was like, dude, I'm already here. Why not? I'm going to go inside. So I go inside and literally I get introduced to everybody. Some were buzzed, some were obviously not under the influence, but for the most part, the important people that I met were not under the influence. So I basically say hi to everyone, and then I was just super nervous because I didn't really know these people. So the sister offered me a candy shot and I instantly took it. And then Ezekiel opened the fridge and I seen a twisted tea, and I was like, dude, let's shotgun a twisted tea. So basically he was down to take the shotgun, so we went to the front porch. So him and I took the shotgun. The shotgun ended up spilling all over me, you guys. It was such a freaking fail. I think I have a video somewhere in my gallery too where you can literally hear the freaking twisted tea just like freaking drenching, like that shit was like watering the grass. I literally wasted it. Hello everyone, welcome to part 2 of the time I had to sneak out of a friend's house without getting caught by his parents. At this point, I'm drenched in freaking twisted tea, and the last thing I wanted was to smell like alcohol in front of his family, so I immediately asked him, I was like, Ezekiel, can I just have some clothes, or at least a sweater, that way my clothes doesn't smell like alcohol. And yes, you guys, I could have easily just went back home to get my own clothes, but the thing is, if you live in a Mexican household like I do, once you step inside of the house after it being like 1 in the morning and you try to step back out, girl, good luck, because 99% of the time it's not gonna work out. So he agrees to let me borrow some clothes, and so him and I end up going upstairs, and no one sees us go upstairs, which I'm honestly glad because I don't want people to assume anything. So as he's literally in his closet getting me like some clothes, I literally hear, I want to assume it's his mom, I literally hear his mom yell his name, and I was like, oh my God, there's no way I'm gonna go down with you because they're probably gonna assume the freaking worst. Like, imagine you're in a guy's house, the parents don't even really know you, they're probably gonna assume something. I at least know my parents would ask questions and they would be like, oh, why are you bringing a guy over? Like, what were you guys doing upstairs? So I just didn't even want those questions to be brought up. So literally when I heard the mom or whoever yell his name, I literally dipped straight into his closet. So at this point, I'm literally in this guy's closet, in the corner closet, because this side of the closet door wasn't closing. So I had to go on this side just in case someone tried to come in, they wouldn't see me. So I was literally like this, covered in his clothes, dripping in sweat, you guys, because it was so hot in his room from the very beginning. But imagine just going inside a closet covered with clothes on top of your head and everywhere, dude, sweating. As he's downstairs, 20 minutes pass by, 30 minutes pass by, 40 minutes pass by, and I was like, oh my God, there's no way I'm gonna be stuck in this house overnight. At this point, an hour passes by, and I needed to get out of the freaking closet because my sweat was literally like dripping onto my arms. It was disgusting. And when I got out of the closet, I overheard a conversation where the mom was like, oh, where's your friend? And literally Ezekiel was like, she left. And dude, my bag and my sweater were already on his bed, so I literally had to move my stuff, put it on the floor and cover it because at this point I was no longer there. Obviously I was still there, you guys, but he ended up telling his mom that I ended up leaving. So at this point, I was screwed. Once I was able to catch a little bit of fresh air and hide my things, I went back into the closet, and girl, I was in the closet for another 30 minutes. Hello everyone, welcome to part 3 and the final part of the time I had to secretly sneak out of my friend's house without getting caught by his parents. My gut feeling was telling me to hop back into the closet because any day now I just knew his mom was going to come upstairs and probably come into his room and probably put this guy to sleep, because at this point I think they were downstairs taking more shots, so I knew he was going to come back to pass out. So I'm in the closet for another 30 minutes, and you guys, thank God I listened to my intuition, because he walked in and 5 minutes after, the mom walked into the room. So at this point, it was literally me in the closet. The mom was talking to him while he was on the bed ready to pass out, and I was just scared for my life. I told you guys earlier, the closet door was open on this side, so I was on this side, and you guys, I literally seen the mom duck down, get the freaking canasta of his dirty clothes, drop it literally in front of the closet, and I was like, dude, knowing my mom, she probably would have lurked in my closet or tried to like fix the clothes. Thank God his mom did not, because she would have caught me. At this point, my heart was pounding and I wanted to laugh so badly, but I knew the moment I made noise, it was game over for both of us, so I just stood quiet as much as I could. The mom was done conversating with him and she goes, "Good night, Ezekiel, I love you," and then he basically says, "I love you back." She leaves the room, closes the door. No way I was gonna get out of the closet right away, so I waited under like 5 minutes, and dude, I kid you not, 2 minutes later, all I hear is Ezekiel snoring. So I was like, bro, there's no way this guy forgot about me in the closet. So I wait for a little bit and then I yell out, whispering, not yelling, but I whispered, I was like, "Ezekiel," and he was like, and then he just didn't say anything after that, and I was like, dude, he fell asleep again. So then I was like, "Ezekiel," and he was like, "What?" And I was like, "Can you like walk me out? I'm still here." And then he fell back to sleep again, and then I waited for like 2 minutes, and then I was like, "Hello," I was like, "Can you wake up?" And I think he like woke up from his like deep sleep, and he like processed the fact that I was still there, and I was like, "Dude, can you like me puedes echar aguas and make sure your mom isn't here, because I don't want to walk out and then she just freaking be right there," and boom, we're both caught up. Guys, I really need to mention this part. The main reason I didn't just walk out is because the mom, when she walked into the room, this guy, I don't know who he be, freaking he left his wrappers on the floor. So imagine I would have walked out, the mom would have for sure thought it was me, but in reality I just wanted some clothes because I dropped some alcohol on me. So he finally wakes up, he opens his door, and he was like, "Okay, my mom's in her room, hurry up, I'm gonna take you downstairs," and you just walk out. And we go downstairs, and then he goes, "Just FYI, my cousins are here." I was like, "Bro, I don't even care if your cousins see me at this point. I just want to leave before your mom sees." I am walking down the damn stairs, walk of shame, as if freaking we did something, but in reality, nothing happened. I just wanted a freaking sweater. And his cousins just look at me. I just start to laugh because I met those cousins earlier. And literally the moment freaking Ezekiel opens his door, I run out. I literally run out, you guys. And I run out because they have cameras like us at our house. So I did not want the camera to catch me. So I literally was like, zoom. Next day he calls me and we're basically talking about what had just happened yesterday. And then I asked him, I was like, "Dude, did your parents check the camera? Did they see me?" And he was like, "No, they don't check cameras like that." He was like, "They didn't ask anything." So he was like, "We're good." And I was like, oh my God, thank God. Never freaking again, you guys.